We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Holland. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And a short gain here down to the 22. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. The gun, it's Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Open man is Higgins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On play action, Young. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
Third and short yardage, Young. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holland. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Past the 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
James has got it. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
55, Mike, guys, 55.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
At the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
I got him. He's crashing. He's
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays had gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Browns drive about to get started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lloyd. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. Go to base. It's 3. 2. Tight. Watch left. Kill.
Young on 3rd down. And caught by Henry. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Check, 55 to mine. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On second down, Swift. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, Swift. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Back to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From a yard out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Off the play fake, Young. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
55 is mine, guys. 55. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Swift. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now a give, right side. Lloyd, a big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Jones on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual.
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Swift. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go. Zoom. Mike 55.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. Watch twist. Jumper. It's a safety creep.
Now Young on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll try the left side. Swift. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards, the final tally. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Tight ends right. Alert. 3 down. Begin.
Young to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Young off the play fake. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Jones.
You ain't doing nothing today.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check 55.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Young to throw it. He completes it to Henry. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Young escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. Gee, you figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
To throw on 3rd down. Young. Now he's flushed out left. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Now he's going to go deep down. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 17 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play you do. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. And that play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Check 55.
On first down, Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Steelers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside